So St. Ambrose began in 1868, right after the Civil War, as a ministry for recently emancipated people of African ancestry. We started in Smoky Hollow, which was a neighborhood where free black people lived during enslavement. And it's got its name from its proximity to the Raleigh-Gaston Railroad Depot. All of that noxious smoke went to this low-lying area, which was not desirable for white people to live, so black people lived there. We stayed there until 1900 when a couple of things happened. One, the General Assembly and Raleigh City Council passed two race designations for the city of Raleigh, delineating where black people and white people could live. The other thing that happened is that the Melrose Cotton Mill eyed our church's property. And so in 1900, the government sold our land from under us. We physically picked up our Carpenter Gothic style wooden church, put it on logs, and rolled it a mile south across two color lines to Shaw University, to the place of the Pogue tobacco mill. And it's not lost on me that cotton and tobacco, which were the cash crops during enslavement, were instrumental in forcing us to physically move our church. And we stayed to this newly designated black community until 1965, when basically our building was condemned. And for the second time in our history, we decided to move with the black community to a newly designated black area called Rochester Heights. In 1956, the city of Raleigh zoned an area near the Walnut Creek wetland as the first intentional community during segregation for black people to live. The challenge is that it's in the Walnut Creek wetland, which is by definition in a floodplain. And so black people were forced to live in this area where the city of Raleigh dumped raw sewage for 70 years. And the same year after finishing dumping raw sewage, they zoned it for an area for black people to live. And so St. Ambrose moved to Rochester Heights, and immediately residents started complaining about their homes flooding, some homes completely washed away. And in 1995, we birthed the environmental justice movement in Southeast Raleigh by forming a nonprofit, Partners for Environmental Justice, that concentrated on helping clean the wetlands, that was an advocate for the environment. So today we still live into the DNA that's within St. Ambrose of environmentalism, beginning with respiratory challenges as starting in Smoky Hollow, and then with the environmental justice of the dumping of sewage and trash in Walnut Creek, helping bring restoration